What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Summer Career Mode. This is episode number 55. We're starting today's stuff with the first leg against PSV Eindhoven in the Champions League last 16. Now they finished runners-up to the eventual group toppers Juventus, but came through a group featuring Dynamo Kiev and Real Sociedad as well. They're in third place in the Eredivisie, but only 2 points off Fiorentina, who lead the way. When you look at their team here, there's still Eric Gutierrez, Yusuf Attal, Mario Götze, Noni Majuk on the right-hand side. It's not bad. It's a 4.5-star team. It's not bad at all. When the tie was drawn, don't get me wrong, I was like, not going to celebrate, but there's definitely no doubt about it. These guys shouldn't be quite as difficult as Manchester City, who Real Madrid have been drawn against, obviously after they finished runners-up to us. So I wasn't going to celebrate, but I did think we're favourites, no doubt about it. So going out here would be unacceptable regardless, but going out here to a weaker side, yeah, no doubt about that. We would definitely be getting a big slap on the wrists from our board. So, yep, heading into the game here away in Eindhoven in the Netherlands, right from the very first whistle in attack mode. I still had a really strong lineup out there, despite the fact we were the favourites. I wanted to take no chances whatsoever. Get a strong first leg result, meaning going back to the San Siro would be in complete control. I started the game off better, but didn't have that many chances. And in the second half, when I tried to up the intensity and play at a higher tempo as well, exploiting the flanks, going down the wings, I had a great chance to open the scoring, and I couldn't even hit the target. 12 yards out, Kefren Taram, you know he's my guy, somehow put it wide, and it was still 0-0. And I was thinking, well, this has not been as easy as I thought it was going to be. And with 18 minutes to go, oh my goodness. Alarm bells ringing, warning signs flashing, and I've got egg on my face. Noni Majuk with an absolutely sensational piece of dribbling. You got to watch on the replay here. There's 4 white shirts around him. He beats them all. He is one of my favourite players in this year's FIFA, man, and he completely did me in. I love him. He's so skillful, he's so creative, and gets the assist for Mario Götze, the German who won the World Cup all those years ago in 2014 for Germany. Doing it for PSV Eindhoven, gives them the opener, and we're in danger of losing the first leg away in the Netherlands in embarrassing fashion. I continued to attack, I continued to stay positive and didn't throw in the towel. I just couldn't find that leveller. We were still down by 1 with 6 minutes to go, and I was really fearing the worst here. A draw wouldn't be a terrible result. It wouldn't be great, but it wouldn't be a terrible result going back home. And I rescued it with 4 minutes to go. And wouldn't you just know who got the goal? Memphis. Obviously, 2 former PSV boys in my lineup, Memphis and Denzel Dumfries, and it's the former that bags the equaliser. 4 minutes to go, and I bailed myself out at the death. And I'll be totally honest, mate, you look at the stats here, I had a higher XG, a higher amount of shots as well, but the finishing in this game was shambolic, man. Absolutely terrible. So many of my attempts were either weak, or that Kefren Taram miss in particular was just awful. Yes, weaker left foot, but I had so much time to set myself and bend that in. First time, I think the adrenaline got me really. First time, put it way wide with a weaker left boot, but even so, man, I got bailed out in that game big time. Back-to-back games where I sort of bailed myself out. You know, it happened in the previous game in the Serie A, a late leveler from Chiesa, and then this time a late leveler from Memphis. Bailed myself out, and I thought, there's no doubt about it. We know us to win a domestic double this year and reach final Champions League. Play like those last 2 games, and we're not going to get any of our 3 objectives hit this season. So for the following game, massive one. Atalanta right below us in the table. There's a cluster of teams behind Roma and Juve, the top 2, going for Champions League places. We're one of them. We are in 4th right now, but Atalanta right behind us needed to win this game, get back to winning ways after back-to-back draws, and get a big 3 points against a European rival. Heading into the game, started off in attack mode, looking to get those early chances. Great save there, kept it at 0-0, but then 29 minutes in, looking to break the deadlock. Samuel Ricky finds Matthias Nunez, my main playmaker since coming in, but as Damsgaard finds Keane, this is my main man up top. Yet Moise Keane gets another. Our top scorer this season opens the scoring in Bergamo. We lead by a goal against Atalanta. I rejected big bigs for Keane in January. You know, we had Bayern Munich, we had Barcelona, and this is why. 16 goals in 25, the most consistent goal scorer here. We would be lost without Moise Keane up top, man. I need this guy leading my line. So he opens the scoring, and then right before the break gets an injury. Yep, typical. Thankfully, as you see, come the end of the game, it was just a bruise, but final score 1-0. Great to get our first clean sheet in a few games, and a big victory there. I could not afford 3 straight games without a win. Couldn't afford my first loss since the Milan derby in December. And once again, I wouldn't say I was at my best, didn't create that many chances, but just about managed to scrape through with a 1-0 victory. And if we are to be in the top 4, we got to beat these teams, man. Like, we got to beat these teams. The teams that are around us right now, like, my main concerns are AC Milan, Atalanta, and Lazio as well. Forget Roma and Juve. Like, forget Roma and Juve. You see the league table here with 12 games to go in the... Sorry, 13 games to go in the Serie A. Roma and Juve going for the top 2. I'm thinking about cementing the top 4 right now. We're 7 points behind Roma. Yes, we can catch up. But look at Milan, 2 points ahead. Look at Lazio, 1 point behind. Atalanta, 5 points behind. And even Fiorentina and Napoli in 7th and 8th are not that far behind. My number 1 priority, before we do anything else, is just make sure we lock up a top 4 place. And I know it might sound unambitious, but you've got to be realistic about these things. We're a team in rebuild mode right now, and yes, we've been asked to win the Serie A title, but we're going for a Coppa Italia as well. That's our best shot of silverware, especially after the first leg victory against Fiorentina in the semi. But also, we've got to get to Champions League final as well. Look, if we don't win the Serie A, I'm not going to be too disappointed if we hit these other 2 objectives, reaching the final of the Champions League and finishing in the top 4 and winning the Coppa Italia as well. Top 4 at the moment, I would say, is the minimum expectation. If we don't do that, we're definitely getting sacked, no doubt about it. Of all the money we spent and the team we've got, failing to even get the top 4 will be an absolute disaster. So, yeah, no doubt about it. Right now, yes, we do want to stay in a title race. Yes, we're not that far behind, but top 4 is definitely the minimum expectation. Before I think about anything else and winning silverware and winning the league, I've got to make sure I stay in the top 4. So, yeah, following game, a big one, Torino at home. And again, recently, not really playing my best. I don't know why. I was on a great run of form, several wins in a row, but lately not really playing my best. It's great for against Atalanta, but here against Torino, one of the weakest sides right now in the Serie A, down the bottom of the table, trailed by a goal early. Got an early injury to Chiesa, and then Hernandez opens the scoring and makes it 1-0, but 31 minutes in, these two, man, the chemistry they've got, I tell you. Keane, my main source of goals, gets yet another, but paying homage there to the ball sent through by Matheus Nunes. That's like the 3rd or 4th time I've played a delicious defence-splitting through ball by Nunes. He's so good, man. He's so good in this midfield trio. Gets the assist, Keane gets the goal. Couldn't get any more chances after that, though, even with just over an hour to play. And in the end, once again, did not play my best football and only managed to scrape a point. So really poor run of form for Inter. Just 1 win in our last 4 games. Once again, thankfully the injury was just a bruise, but very poor run of form. Yes, no defeats since the Milan derby back in December. Just 1 win in our last 4. Starting to struggle a little bit. It wasn't going to continue for the entire season, that winning run. It's going to start to struggle at some point. Now we are currently, right now, still trying to cling on to a top 4 place in the Serie A, but underperforming. But this was a game I thought, okay, alright, I've been really poor recently, but no doubt about it, this is one of those games where I had to make sure I got the job done. Fiorentina, Florence away from home, 2nd leg, Coppa Italia semi-final, I thought, go out here from a 2-0 lead. And, I mean, I don't know what to say about this recent run of form, but I will definitely be fearing the worst. Had to make it through, play lockdown defence, a clean sheet, and we're definitely going through. But on the other end, after a quick counter-attack, we got a goal that would wrap it up. Memphis, he has been so big for me since coming in, man. He's been so good. And I still want to make this side younger. He is now 30, but I still want to keep this guy here as my backup centre forward. He scored the only goal of the game in Florence. We get back to a clean sheet. We get back to winning ways. 2 in our last 3. And whilst the form recently has been inconsistent, the most important thing is this. Silverware, definitely still alive, and we've got a golden chance at winning a trophy now as we're into our first cup final with Inter Milan. 3-0 over 2 legs against Fiorentina, and in the Coppa Italia final, we'll be taking on Napoli, yep, overcame Udinese to make it through to the final. Udinese actually led from the first leg as well, but Napoli overcame them to make it through to the final. Take them on. It's the penultimate game of the season domestically, but in the league right now, we dropped to 5th place. 12 games to go, 7 points behind Roma. There's still a chance we could win this title, but all I'm thinking about right now is Milan and Lazio, both 1 point clear of us in 3rd and 4th. Gotta make sure we get back in that top 4 ASAP. But that will end today's episode of the Really Summer Career, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. From Push Like. Most of you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Really Summer Career Mode very soon.